Welcome back to the Pursuit of Accuracy, Rimfire Junkies, and today, as you can see, we have the Voodoo 360 precariously hanging out of Chris from Midwest Long Range's window. We are doing a little bit more testing. You guys love to hate the Voodoo, and you guys jumped all over it. So I've been working through mag issues. That's typical for a Voodoo. I'm not a Voodoo salesman. I'm going to give you the reality of the situation when you buy a rifle like this. They're not perfect. As you can see here, I've got Velcro on this guy, all sorts of little tips and tricks. We're going to have a video dedicated to just that. But I was able to lot test a whopping 4 lots of Eley Match. I grabbed the best one. It wasn't the most insanely good shooting stuff I've ever had, but it was pretty decent. So that came in. I bought a whole brick of it because why not? And we're going to test it today. We're going to see how it does. So we're going to fire up the scope cam, and we're going to shoot at 50 yards, and I will have the group sizes, so if they're big, you can make fun of me. If they're small, we can celebrate together, but let's see how it does. So 360, got the Eley Match here. I'll fire this guy up. Eley Match, we should be pretty dialed as far as everything goes, and really not any wind, so any deviations in group sizes will just be either me sucking or the rifle and ammo combination. So we're just going to kind of start random here. A little bit of vertical on those first couple. Go to another target here. It's looking pretty decent, and I'll have to hand load one of these. And if you're looking at my reticle, you can see how caffeined up I am today. Yes, my reticle is just twitching all around. And this holds 14, so we are gonna try and single feed this last one here. And I had to break my cheek weld, but I don't think it's going to matter. That chewed out the center there. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. So let's just blaze some down there at the 100-yard KYL. And this is a tip for everybody. If you've shot some Eley before, what you really want to pay attention to is this lot number, and the very bottom of that is the muzzle velocity. Now, notably, this is shot out of 26-inch test barrels at Eley. So I try to target muzzle velocity that's in the 10-50-ish range out of an 18 or 20-inch barrel, more typical kind of PRS gun, because you're going to see probably 30 to 40 feet per second faster than advertised, depending how choked or tight your barrel is and what combination you're running. Typically the Voodoos run it way hotter than the other rifles, so target something a little slower when you're lot testing. 1070 or in there is not where I would be targeting if you're shooting anywhere from an 18 to a 22-inch barrel. It's just going to be way too fast out of your setup. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to try this 100-yard KYL. We're just going to make sure it's basically, somewhat workable. Obviously, I shot some decent groups. I think it was still kind of fouling in. I shot 28 or 30 rounds from a totally clean barrel on paper to get everything sorted out. Then we shot the groups you saw on camera, so not a lot of rounds through this guy. All right, so hopefully you guys will be able to see it. We're kind of in some failing light. Ooh, barely nicked it. Oh, now I see it. We're off a little right. Barely nicked it again. This thing is just wanting to nick these. See if we can hit the last one real solid. Oh, almost shot that bird or whatever that was. Yeah, now we were straight up on it. All right, so we kind of figured out the windage. A little trial and error there. I think I have one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run the KYL for speed. I'm gonna give myself a couple of makeup shots like I normally do. And the reason we're doing it for speed, obviously we can hit the targets, shooting pretty good groups. It seems to be doing pretty good. I want to test it for reliability. So when I'm trying to run for speed, I'm working the bolt really hard. So sometimes that causes problems, especially for mags and feeding issues. So let's see if we can get through this thing on kind of a speed run and see how well we can do. So we'll start bolt open and go. Oh crap, well, it's hard to do a speed run. All right, we're gonna skip that guy. Hard to do a speed run when you're knocking them all around. Oh, barely caught it. That one was on the swing. Barely caught it. Barely caught it. So not too bad. I think we have a couple left. Oh. As luck would have it, we missed the last one. But I think we're off to a good start. This ammunition seems to be doing a lot better than what we had before. Obviously, the Voodoo is working much better too. We're not having any kind of hang-ups, and we are going to have a dedicated video for just this Voodoo on how we make it as reliable as it is right now in an MDT HCC. So if you're looking at getting into like the Voodoo platform, but you're scared of reliability issues, hopefully we've got some really easy workarounds that are going to help you. But I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today. We'll catch you on the next one.